Yep.
Sorry.
All right. Janara.
Can
I have you? I'm going to send you a link to the live stream, and can you pop it up to see if you can hear and see and all the fun jazz that goes with that? I know what I'm doing. All right, just sent it. Theoretically, it's working.
Well, we love
In theory.
See the back of the
Hey.
Can you hear it? Yeah.
You can't hear it? Oh,
You can't hear it?
Oh, it's fabulous. Thank you. Because I'm not kidding. I spent like 3 hours trying to figure this out. It was awful.
Awful.
All right. Still going?
It's still every occasionally I'll get feedback of something.
Yep, it's gonna have a little bit of drag
it's gonna have a little bit of drag there.
Oh, it's fun.
Because there's no camera going on over here. But it's still going on there, so.
That's all that matters. Okay.
I can't tell if it's doubled because of my thing. It is. It might be upward.
Just on yours.
Okay.
Once we don't have the sound, it will stop. All right. My dear. That is yours. While you are up in between each speaker, I will also come up and switch the thing. So ignore me as I'm doing that and just do your thing. You will be prompting the audience when to clap. So go at it with gusto.
And I will be, so you came last semester, right?
Yes, I did.
Okay, just making sure. So we'll have them go up there to change.
Sounds good.
So it might just be a thing where if you see me taking a little while, be like, I don't know, let's hear your dance or whatever.
Yeah.
Just to buy me a little time. Like, it didn't take too long last year. Or it haven't taken on any of the years that I've done this or semesters, but
Be a gracious host, keep the audience entertained.
exactly.
Keep the old razzle
dazzle. Don't do that. Maybe think.
Not allowed to gladiator the audience.
Are you ready for speakers? Whoa!
High speakers at her.
Little do our speakers know.
I was disturbed by the TikTok and then I heard that and I'm like, what?
You didn't know you were signing up for a speech of death?
Yeah, we don't have them. So it's like,
Oh, great. Oh, yay. Do we get swords?
Your voice is
in your bare
Your voice is in your bare hands.
Oh, metal. So metal. Yes.
I'll take one too.
Yes.
yeah, so that I know the number.
I have one. My first student in history forum. I want to keep that.
So excited.
I'm very proud.
It's exciting. You should be. It's exciting. you, Christina.
I was on 2 dissertation defenses this week.
Oh, yikes.
And because of my show.
Oh, hello. You're here so on time.
Yeah. I left as early as I could from the class, so.
Perfect.
Sean defended the other day, right?
Yeah, I was on Sean and Cindy.
Oh,
you too?
Yeah.
How'd they do?
Lovely.
Good.
Just they both decided to do it. And to the point where like we were about to start Sean's, my phone goes off my alarm, and I was like, so sorry, I should be getting over it.
This is my life.
Okay, I feel that in my soul.
I'm not a morning.
That's okay.
I was up till late. Like I do my best work actually.
Yo, the witching hours.
11 a.m. to 3. So
And I found that
Casey, horrified.
like that's just where I get stuff done. It's like where my brain is everything's firing like it's supposed to.
All of the oxygen is gone.
Yeah. There's a lot of noise.
Yeah.
And around 11 to 3, some of them fall asleep, and I'm like, all right, the rest of you is ready to go.
That's crazy.
I'm like a 2 a.m. It's like fan person.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
those are hours before that. I spend hours before I play video games.
Yeah.
And it's 2 a.m. and it's like time to sleep.
Yeah.
So not how my
Yeah, you finish work what at 6? Yeah, you finish work what at 6, right?
So I do my best work from like
9 o'clock in the morning
9 o'clock in the morning till about 1 in the afternoon, and then my brain shuts off at 9 or 6 p.m. And then I'm like, I'm done, no more.
That sounds so healthy. That sounds so healthy for you.
Yes. Yes.
What's that
That's
like?
me. Yes, that's me. The peak health.
That's where I'm at too. I'm more scared.
Yeah,
I'm more scared from molecular.
Honestly, tell other people about that. I'm more scared of chemistry than public speaking. We didn't have that.
What chemistry are you in? It's like the honors section. I got chemistry too. I'm in organics with Kevin. How is it?
Not fun.
Not fun.
You know with yours.
It's like with yours, all of yours is multiple choice. This one I'm showing how the chemicals are moving and rotating and doing things like that. And then I wondered to myself, why are they rotating? And I really can't figure it out.
This is Orgo?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where I tapped out chemistry.
I have so much to look forward to. If you get Kevin, what he does is it's like 19 multiple choice, and then backwards 10 points, and it's a drawing. And you have to draw like a mechanism for how molecules move. And then I just kind of stare at the paper for 1 minute and wonder why I'm here.
Really quick, I don't want to get anyone's name. Can I just double check?
Lillian,
Lillian Messina.
Myra,
Myra
I
Anderson.
already have it set up. Let me show you what I got going on.
One more person that I don't know already. No, I know Samantha.
Drive by it, that's great.
I just wanted to hear them and make sure. I'd rather ask and seem like a fool in front of 3 people than in front of 20.
Yeah, I totally get that. Okay. We can do it.
Oh, that's huge leg. That's huge leg.
I love the shows this weekend so much.
Okay. So
Scared.
the camera itself is
My
my phone. So that's with the main camera.
So that's with the main camera, and that's the main mic.
This is the live stream.
This
that's
is the
going
live
directly
stream
into
that's
YouTube
going
right now. It's
directly
already
into
live
YouTube
stream.
right now. It's
We're
already
there.
live stream. We're already there.
You just need to make sure it's.
You just need to make sure it's going.
There's about a 30 second.
There's about a 30-second lag
on the camera
on the
live stream. So
just make sure it's still running. Just make sure it's still running. That it didn't freeze or anything like that. If it does freeze, it's usually because
fallen behind,
has
you just
fallen
gotta grab
behind,
it and pull
you
it all
just
the way
gotta
to the
grab
end.
it and pull it all the way to the end.
But again, there's going to be a little bit of
But
a
again,
lag,
there's going to be a little
so
bit of
keep
a
that in
lag,
mind.
so keep
This-
that in mind. This,
Or it's better to keep it like
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, you can do a full screen.
Yeah, you can
I'm
do
just
a full
showing you
screen.
like right
I'm
here
just showing you
are
like
how many
right
people
here
have
are
logged
how many
in,
people have
how many
logged
views you
in,
have, how many people are
views
coming,
you
so
have,
you
how
can keep
many
track of
people are
that
coming,
if
so
you
you
would
can keep
like.
track of that
But if you want to keep it full
but if you
screen,
want to keep
go
it
ahead and do
full
that.
screen, go ahead and do that.
Question.
Yes.
Question.
Yes.
This is our.
I-
This is we make it like clear. I mean
I'm
to
really
cover the
excited
entire.
about the entire.
I don't know how.
Oh, like this? Yeah, I don't know how.
This, yeah, I don't know how.
You know, because
If-
for your audience to
If-
have. For your audience.
Oh, the audience sees it
Oh,
like
the
this.
audience sees it.
The
like
audience sees
this.
it like this.
The audience sees
They
it like
see it
this.
normal
They
full
see it
screen.
normal full
We
screen.
see it like this for some
We
reason. I
see
don't
it
know
like
how.
this for some reason.
This
I
is
don't
how
know
they're
how.
viewing it.
This is how they're viewing it.
In a way that's like really nice.
Does that make
I thought the
sense?
dog was.
Does that make
Yes.
sense?
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
thinking about. Yeah, I'm
I think
thinking
the only thing
about
that I
if
thought
it
wasn't
could
really
be.
so
If
about
it
the dog
could.
If you want to mess around with it, go for
If
it.
you want to mess around with it, go for it. I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna stop you.
Sure, but let's stream.
But
let's stream.
Again, because of kind of topic of group and things like that. But yeah, after we talked and he kind of got the
300.
ability to
360.
say, you know, this was kind of shitty. You know?
So there should
So I
be a
think
way.
the way
There
that
should be a
those
way
are done,
to.
teacher will be very cognizant of that and recognize that, you know, some folks, I don't want to say don't want the whole bill, but at the same time they're necessary, because it's either that or we do half as many shows, but the way they get paired, things like that.
Yeah, go for it. Feel free, Miss Ring.
Yeah, go
I'll
ahead.
let you know
Miss
whatever.
Ring.
I'll let you know whatever. Okay.
Sounds good, that's not.
From this year's paper.
Oh, that's not doing something? I don't know if that
Or that is
is.
doing something.
Oh.
I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see. I'm scared of trying to see how to be honest, because I haven't done many performance classes. I've done what I can and try out, and as I can.
The only one that I can, well, it's open for all of us, like, I'm technically not performance faculty.
I'm scared of getting.
I just like, it's like if I'm given like
Primary is usually, even which primary is
Yeah.
usually given to people who need to be on the show. So the only person I could think of is Grace, just because of, you know, being a master's student, next year would be the last year. But next year's also your last year, so,
Like the things I keep getting work back from her being like, this is good, but this is clearly supposed to be performance.
yeah.
I'm like, I didn't think about that.
And there's something to be said about that,
It is a common need bit of feedback. Does Loki feel like the complicated
I mean, that's fair.
Like,
See,
okay,
I'm
that
really
dog.
are you doing the performance spotlight in a second?
about
okay.
a lot of it,
So
but it's like I don't know. And that
a
also
thing or
is
two that I
like
feel like trying to clip in there, but I'm not technically in a performance.
Oh, that's usually fine. I think, especially for students.
I was somebody who actively had to be in a performance class to do something spot.
I'm not sure. I would talk to.
I talked to Johnny about it a little bit on Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
I'm in a film class with Dr. Hammer. We might be trying to make film, in which case if it fits in the time, we're trying to do it.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes.
Well,
It
even
might be a hot.
honestly, with the film class though, even if like the film doesn't come together, if there's something that was written for a film that could be acted in time, I think that would be pretty.
And in my other class, I'm openly in talks with Hammer about trying to write something that will be something that could be applied to finance next semester.
That's so cool.
Just like the right way to try and finish out the program here.
Yeah.
Or at least the math. I was.
That's fair.
Hello, hey. I saw your slides.
Welcome.
I saw your slides. They're so.
My computer charger is all the way at home.
What?
It died earlier this morning, So I had to go to Walmart and get a charger for $20
Oh,
for $20.
Mind you,
No.
Mind you, it didn't fully fit, but it worked for a couple of hours while I've been in the library for the last couple hours. Okay? And then it finally realized, my laptop finally realized, I'm being punked. And it stopped charging at 50. And it's been going, yes, because it's not, it's out. Like it's too long. But it's the perfect.
Casey, I love you.
No, I can't get over it. I would love it to get over it.
How are you feeling?
How are you feeling? Okay.
Good.
So I'll describe it. Yeah.
For you, we're just
For you, we're just waiting on one more speaker.
Oh yeah, I
actually have teacher stamps that I got at Target a while back in Indiana for like 99 cents. And they're a bunch of like, one of them's even parent signature. Oh great! I'm investing in my future. So I put one of the stamps, one of them just, you can do it. So I have an extra room.
That's so sweet.
Because I printed out the speech onto note cards that
Junor already knows. I
slammed my head into the printer because it took over 5 hours
to print it out.
to print it out this small.
Some of it's pink.
Mind you, some of it's pink because we ran out of ink,
Oh my God.
black ink, and all we had was magenta for some reason.
I spent hours.
I'm sorry, hours? I'm really sorry for your misfortune, but that's really fun. It's fun, that's what I like about it. It was like a killer headache yesterday, but man,
Food.
oh gosh. It just goes with what am I having? The
Terrible, awful, no good day.
terrible, awful, no good day.
Yeah.
That's what I'm having for this week.
Right now.
Except right now.
Yeah, of course it has to be the week that has to go reflect my thing, my guys. I'm worried that my people won't make it, so I had to find a map that's readable. A map that's readable.
Yeah, no.
And then
So you didn't find anything.
and then I found one, and it's halfway decent.
Okay.
And I color coded. I said, this is the exact route I take to school, driving wise. And then you have to get out of the communications parking lot. If you're walking across the street, do not stop, do not pass go, collect $200, and go to Morris. Make sure it says Morris as you enter the building.
I do not like how this building looks like every other building.
I don't like this.
I don't like there's nothing around it.
The little fountain thing, tries, I think, to do
It's on the
different.
outside.
I just don't like how there's
I just don't like how there's no parking around it, so you can be like, oh yeah, just park next to it. They have to be like, hike a mile, and then you get there.
Ish.
That's like the way.
That's like the way
Like
I
by the
want it,
front?
it's always so tiny, it's like,
It is, and there's like one ways and.
oh my
Oh,
gosh.
gosh.
That whole, I don't even think that exists anymore, I just shut out my mind like this. It's not real.
I still park there for Hammer's class.
I was supposed to say, the biggest part of that parking too is isn't it only the blue stickers, so like faculty and.
There's like a slight part of it that's red.
Yeah, the sliver of it, that's
But it's
technically the
the
library.
smallest part of it that's red. So it means all the education majors who need to go to WAM don't have anything. So we all hike from communications.
Yeah.
I love my blue stickers so very much.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah, I hope
I hope you do.
Sorry.
I love it.
Take the claws, put it back in.
No, we need that fire. No, we need that fire.
Yeah, I, like, legit, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, nah, Spring.
I don't know about packing the clouds too much because mine's the funny one. Hey guys, I was driving over, I swear, I was like, you know what? I should have made myself Fozzie Bear. This is the perfect Fozzie Bear speech. Sorry, I just
have not heard yours in a while because that's not a nice picture.
I love Fozzie Bear. I love Kermit and Fozzie Bear. Listen, I was listening to moving right along as I was driving on the highway. Best experience.
It fills you.
And literally that and can you take a picture? Or can you picture that? Oh my gosh. All of them.
You want to turn them up at household?
I was just the only person who liked the Muppets.
You made it a Muppet house.
This house will be a Muppet household or you're in the streets.
I do kind of like the idea of this will be a Muppet household, where my parents will have to leave.
We were more Dora.
Hi.
Hey.
Look. Here come the instructors.
Look, here they are, all of them. Look at you, look at you.
How many of them do we have? 12?
So many. I'm not sure actually.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, hi Sabrina. There we go.
All right. Yes, right now. You could just sit out there and. All right, all our speakers are here. Come on up. Come on up. Oh, no, sit down.
Just more like
More like Sabrina, come sit down. No. I'm so excited. Sabrina, not from the camera. Yes, perfect. Thank you very much. All right, all of you wore the same like color palette.
Oh, that is what?
Yeah, racy.
Incredible work.
Wow.
We are.
We float. All right. All right. So, everyone, this is Janara. Janara's going to be our MC. She's going to be the one who is introducing you in between. You are going to be in the order that is in the program that I gave you. Do you want to go through the microphone situation?
yeah. So each one of you will have the, like we said, the mics. And so what will happen is we only have two. So what will happen is the first two will be mic'd up. And then once the first speaker is done, so once Kira is finished, Kira and Myra, right?
I'm Myra.
Just
Oh,
kidding.
you are. I'm Myra, but
Oh, you
I
are.
guess the third person.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
so we'll
Yes.
switch.
Yes. So the first and third person will walk up, will exchange mics, that way you have a mic. And then once Savannah, who is second, goes, Savannah and Lillian will come to the back, and I will help switch mics. And then the final one is once Myra is finished, Myra and Sabrina will come to the back. And when I say go to the back, that means just that little like, what anteroom? Yeah, where Jesse's waving, it's like, I don't know.
Thank you, Vanna.
The little like nature way.
Liminal space between there.
The liminal space between performers. So we'll go in there, we'll shut the door as, you know, folks are clapping, as Janara is doing the introduction, or part of the introduction. Switch out mics, things like that. We'll make sure it's comfy on you, things like that. I will say that the one thing you kind of have to be aware of with these is there is a little switch at the top that turns it on. So circle and no light means off. The line or little green light means on. Right? Yep. And the reason for that is because, like I said, some of you will be mic'd while you're not speaking, and so we just want to make sure that you turn it off when you're supposed to, especially like if you're going back and like, oh my god, guys, I did it. The other thing to think about is this is a live mic
At all times.
So if you come up here, once Janara introduces you, you can come up here to kind of get yourself settled. Don't be, just being kind of mindful for those things. Like it won't take it up too much.
Okay, I wasn't sure if I was going to be relying on just
Please for accessibility.
I can get to that.
I understand. I appreciate that.
I'm like, thanks, but no.
I have no doubt. But if you would have,
Literally, thanks, but no.
that way, again, accessibility, we're going to be live streaming to YouTube because some of you, your families aren't able to make it, so that they'll be able to see it. The mic will just help pick up your voice a lot better. Towards the end, you will all, do you want to go over this?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll go. Sure. Yes. So after Sabrina is done with her final speech, what's going to happen is Charles will come up and tell all of you to come up, and you're all just going to kind of awkwardly line up in front of everyone right here, and we're going to have a Q&A session. So we have these mics, and you're going to share the mics. Is what's going to happen. So instead of like the ones that are clipped on, you're going to turn those off, and Janara will choose the people who are asking the questions.
So Janara, we have two of these. Janara, you will take one for the people, and then you all will have one. And basically for these,
Oh,
You're running
okay.
on me? Okay, you're running on me?
No, you're running.
Oh,
Okay.
no, you're running.
Okay.
Just mistake.
And if we have, if it's a situation where like it's weird, like we can just figure out a way to pass it over. These are really easy to turn on. You just hold the button until you see a light, or until you can hear yourself, basically. And then to turn it off, you do the same thing. Just hold the button on the bottom until the light goes off. Right.
Super easy.
Super easy.
Do you want to go over the?
Do you want to go over the?
So,
Yes.
don't worry about, oh. Super uber duper long password that they Alright, so there is a clicker here. There's a clicker right here. If it looks like this, it is on. If you push this down, now it's on. It gives a little shake. Yep, you're all good. You're all good. That's on. Yep, that's on. Yep.
The first four speakers
do have
slideshows.
slideshows. So
Don't worry about
while Janara is introducing, I will come up and I will put up the slideshows that are already here. They're ready to go. They're beautiful and looking so good. The first one is going to be here, so I'm going to do that. And then
this arrow is to go forward.
this arrow is to go forward.
backwards.
This arrow is to go backwards.
This little green button is to
This
do
little green button is to do a
pointer. You want a pointer?
pointer. You want a pointer?
I don't know what these other two buttons.
I don't know what these other two buttons do. Let's find out.
We don't need
Nothing.
Oh,
I think
it
they.
takes you out of.
It takes you out of presentation mode.
Back and forth.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yep.
Any questions about clicker?
Any questions about
It's
clicker?
really easy.
It's
And
really
we may have a couple
and
minutes.
we may have a couple minutes. I don't know how people feel about this, but we may have a couple minutes and for those that want to just like click through or just hold it and see. Was there anything before we do that though? Anything else that we need to?
Any questions from you guys?
Any questions from you guys?
Want to do collective breathing exercise?
Collective breathing exercise.
Yeah, we can warm ups if you want.
No.
I'm
like, oh my god.
Can I go ahead and get your? Oh, actually, I'm gonna do the pairing thing one more time, or go over it one more time, just so that you know. So Kira, right? Kira's going first. Savannah is going second. Once Kira is finished, Kira and Myra will head to the back so I can switch lines. Once Savannah is finished, Savannah and Lillian will head to the back so we can switch out mics. Once Myra is finished, Myra and Sabrina head to the back so we can switch. Awesome. So if I could go ahead and get Kira and Savannah, so you will hook this wherever you would like it to go.
Yep.
Thank you.
I also have to mention that Tiffin, the one that you read past, he will be taking pictures.
It also really goes with doing it sometimes too.
Advertising.
Case.
So that way you should be able to. Alright, is it cool if I touch or do you want to?
There's a delay. There's a
Yes,
delay.
there's about a 30-second delay.
Yes, there's about a 30-second delay.
And that would be through, that will be the
I
entire
was
show.
either good or new
So
If you're just making sure it doesn't,
You're just making sure it goes free.
there's a 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Difference. Now you're there. I think you want to check it again. You want to check it again.
Sure, I'll try.
Everything rotated here. Oh, orbited here.
That should be just fine. Let me get this on before you switch it
Yep,
on.
that's exactly what it should be. Yep, that's exactly what it should be. Yep, exactly.
Was it frisbee or was it baseball?
Okay, so. Yeah. That's what it is. It's like, okay, turn off for a second. We're not using the. I don't want you to do this the whole time. Alright.
That's why I said frisbee.
Everybody know who their buddy is to go back?
Oh, hi!
So, and then Myra has 2 buddies. Alright, I will just go kick Grace in that chair, or I might sit in the comfy chair next to her. So I'll just be seated back there, so y'all just kind of adjust as soon as you're done. There will be some clapping. Yes, everybody loved you. Feel free to sit in it and bask for just like a hot second, and then make your way up.
I will be road runner.
I can't take it. Please stop acknowledging me.
Looney Tunes style feet.
Yeah. Alright. Y'all are just nice. The nervousness means that you care about it. And just work on just work on funneling that into like good positive things, like deep breaths. Like a lot of y'all are science people. I heard the talk about science, whatever. That vagus nerve that's in the back. A lot of times that needs to calm you down. You just and it's like, no, I will control my body. I will do this. And that's you all are getting married. So you know what I mean? That's something. You also get cake. Oh my god. Have you ever had Crystal sheep?
No, never
Your life's about to change. It's just like it's a normal yellow sheep cake. If you were like, this is not gonna be impressive, and you're like, where's this going, girl? Oh, girl. And we have
Nourish the body.
take home things. Because we usually have a lot of extra food. We know you're college students. But it's gonna be fabulous. Y'all are gonna be fabulous. I got to see all of y'all's speeches before. I'm excited to see how they come in. Yeah. Super excited. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go.
nourish my body if I look at That's so true. Whenever I went to Walmart and got that charger, I went and got me 2 Giovanni's lip ones, specifically the lip ones.
Yeah.
Because I've been trying to eat more like yogurt and stuff like that for my hair. So I also like Giovanni's and that kind of but no, I don't mean like that. I was like, I need to get some before I go. That's not. No, I'm sorry. I don't get nervous. I'm like that for a while. And then it won't go.
I tied my fingers and adjusted by the time I got here.
The 2 devils on my shoulder.
You see my friend? I can't give it work. No, I just. Are you having her tone brown right now?
Really hear
Wait, what?
on my shoulders.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay.
Are you gonna have a phone? They're not
Feeling like
they're not gonna actually say anything. I know they will. But I'm just thinking about them raising their hand and saying.
Do I need to be afraid of exactly?
I don't know. I might have some enemies.
What?
Lord.
Just all of
That's
them
enemy behavior for sure.
like the
That's throwing rock tomatoes at somebody. That's enemy behavior for sure.
Use like for above your head.
Hey, Rebecca.
Yeah.
You're gonna kill it. I'm proud of you, kid. They're cute. They look painful, but if they make you happy, more hard.
Actually, they're very comfortable. I feel like I'm not wearing I feel like I'm wearing because they're like I did almost like the same.
I'm very much a girly who likes my relationship work.
So that the song staring from the back of the bathroom with her. Because they are not the most
Converse is literally just flat rubber.
It is. Well, what?
Shoes.
I thought you said Congress.
Oh. I mean, I don't know.
So, one thing that I forgot about is we will want to get a picture of all of you. I do love that. Oh my god, out there that says communication studies, blah blah blah. Take a picture and cover that. So there will be a time where you'll be studying once you go outside. But obviously, there'll be a little bit of time to talk to your people, things like that, and then we will welcome you to take a picture. Do that, and then I'll just take a picture. So.
So I could be like, look at my studios.
That's exactly how she'll take the picture. She'll be like,
Guess what? You're not paid.
I know.
Yeah.
It'll be okay.
I'm just gonna imagine you have the fun. Oh, yeah. Yes.
No, I'm just gonna Spencer give me your dissertation. No, I got compared. Me and my got three skills. You remember your comment, and I still carry that in my heart and my soul.
What happened to work? What happened to the YouTube again?
It works. We're good. Thank you. So great.
There's quite a statement around that.
I found that I found it out, and then I did that. That's my favorite hack. Oh my god. Also, my favorite hack is nobody's gonna be right here whenever this is my record. So it looks bad from here. It looks good from up there, where it's supposed to look. Oh my god. Always wiping this.
That's so valid.
I messed up.
I can see I know, but I'm still sorry.
Making odd faces. Your tie is so 30 minutes. You are. Really good. No, thank you. I was on the phone with my brother in my room trying to figure out how to tie my tie. And you walked in on it. Good job. You did that last time. Huh? How to do it. I think it's actually great for you. Yeah, no, I really happy about this because I'm sharing with me my physical weight with my stepfather, my brother comes all the time. You're fans. You're the one who got me like if you two, you can snap it. If I mess up, you can walk before me. Right, just remember my voice. Do a time skip. Time reverse. Yeah. So I can do either come up with my stuff
Feel like I'm pushing them to the last one.
I mean, to be fair, this one got hit by the printer.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, I had that happen. So I'm like low-key been scared of having to do this. Oh, I have that happen. Oh, I have that happen. I had that happen like I bruised my nail when I dropped it. And I was like, yeah, it was not my fault. I totally like was picking the weight off the barbell, like took off the sweat, and I'm like, look what I can do. And I was like, I can slip all these off in one go. 60 pounds. Oh. I thought I bruised my toe. And Ray's a little dirty, so it looks a little black. Oh, that's a black. And then I wiped off. I'm like, oh no, it might be bruising. No, that's I'm Spider-Man. What can I say? Have you seen the? I'm thinking the new Spider-Man, like a man spider. But I'm excited for it because I like them. However,
wait, okay. Have you seen Player X is Toby Maguire. Go watch Mama's Game.
okay. somebody plugs in way back when I was going out there, all of the a different movie, TV show, whatever, with the head of your relationship with somebody. Like, or there's TV movie series, whatever. I'm Batman. Yeah. Just do a Bruce Lee impression. Lego Batman. No. I'm a hardcore comic. Sorry. Comic book stand. So I'm like. It's getting too close now. No, I own everything. And like hardcore. My favorite conflict is but thank you. People, I call it the second game, no game. No! It's amazing. Everything's gonna be okay. I'm gonna be so he's the only person. Everybody in here is wearing hats. Really good mask, really good games. We step up our games, apparently. That's amazing. We'll acquire stereo, honestly. Who else am I? What else am I supposed to do? My feeling eyes. It says, don't stare at me. It says, stare at my video. Don't look at me. No, I'm the most complicated person ever. Don't stare at me. You're gonna have that. Look at him. We're not starting this again. We're not. What else is not? No, I want a bear.
I'm almost getting a movie that's
I'm gonna like Windows shut down. What did I miss? I need to.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, everyone.
Welcome to the Spring 2016 Speakers Forum.
My name is Janara Quinn Miller.
And I'm honored to be your MC for tonight's competition.
Before we begin, we have
some very important people to thank for making this event
I want to
possible.
give a huge thank
First, I want to give a huge thank you to the School of Communication Studies
the Society for
and the Society for Civil Discourse for their generous sponsorship.
We would also like to recognize
Dr. Rebecca Walker Anderson, the Director of the Comm Studies
for
Department,
support,
her leadership,
and
support, and support of student voices.
As well as Dr. Christina
Ivy for their dedication and guidance for the public speaking courses here at SIU.
Finally, I would like to
give a big thank you to all of our CMST 101 instructors. Your dedication in teaching the art of public speaking is why we are all here tonight.
For every semester, we choose
a theme
that challenges students to
think critically about the world around them.
This semester's theme was
redefining success, the landscape of happiness.
We chose this topic
because in our society, because in a society that often measures success through titles and financial milestones, we want our speakers to explore what it truly means to live a well-lived life.
Tonight, you will hear
from 5 unique perspectives on how to navigate the complex journey of personal
Out of
fulfillment.
many auditions,
Out of many auditions, 5 students were selected for their passion, clarity, and unique insight.
Please join me in a round of
Please
applause
join me in a round of
for our
applause
5 finalists.
for our
Kira
5
Hawkins,
finalists, Kira Hawkins, Savannah White, Myra Anderson, Lillian Messina, and Sabrina Jordan.
Now it's time to hear from our contestants.
Our first speaker tonight is
Kira
Kira Hawkins, a freshman majoring in biochemistry from New Lenox, Illinois. Her speech was titled "Why Success Measured by Satisfaction, Not Salary." Please welcome Kira to the stage.
Imagine waking up every morning to an alarming dread, driving to a job that drains you. And once you get there, you're just counting down the hours until you can finally go home. And at the end of the day, you have to tell yourself, it's all worth it, right? At least my paycheck is big. This is sadly the life for many individuals all over the world. My name is Kira Hawkins, and today you are all going to learn why success should be measured by satisfaction and not salary. Now, this is something that I firmly believe in. And that can be seen by what I plan to do as my future career. When I graduate from college, I will be going into the Air Force as an officer. I'm not sure how many of you know the average salary of someone in the military. Let's just say it is not much. You do not join the military for a big paycheck. But since it is something that I'm passionate about, I know that I won't see it as some financial burden. I'll view it more as an adventure and a way to grow. Although pursuing a career in something that is a high-paying job can lead to financial security, it also commonly leads to burnout, stress, and dissatisfaction in the workplace. On the other hand, pursuing your dreams and choosing a career that you enjoy can lead to a happier, more fulfilling, and pleasurable workplace. On top of that, it also leads to an increase in motivation, thus increasing your creativity. As a study shows by the Journal of Research in Medical and Dental Science, it says in 2021 that 60.2% of people choose a career based off of money. Now, although pursuing a career for monetary reasons can lead to financial security, statistics have also shown that it commonly leads to high levels of burnout. As you can see in this study done by AFLAB in 2023, it shows the differences in the levels of burnout within generations, genders, and the number of jobs in the works. If you look at the numbers, overall you can see that on average, roughly 60% of people reported at least moderate levels of burnout. On top of that, many of these people working high-paying jobs are put under harsh deadlines and absurd expectations, which leads to high levels of stress. There's also the problem of employees being dissatisfied with their jobs. A 2024 Gallup survey found that only 31% of U.S. workers felt engaged with their jobs, while the majority work without a strong sense of purpose or excitement. According to a 2024 survey by Harris Interactive, only about 20% of people across America feel passionate about their jobs. And in 2023, Gallup's State of the Global Workplace survey showed that 59% of employees worldwide felt disengaged. And this disengagement cost the global economy an estimated $8.8 trillion in total lost productivity. All of that shows that not only are people dissatisfied with their jobs and disengaged at work, but the economy as a whole is suffering because of it. By sticking to societal norms, many people will never know what it is like to truly pursue their dreams. On the other hand, following your dreams and choosing a career that you truly are going to enjoy has been shown to increase levels of happiness, as well as make the work life feel more fulfilling and pleasurable. A 2019 study by World Economic Forum showed that roughly 9 out of 10 florists agreed that they were happy, in comparison to only 6 out of 10 lawyers. Although florists make significantly less than a lawyer ever would, they are doing their job because they truly love what they do, instead of just trying to get a paycheck. A job will feel significantly more fulfilling when it is something that you do passionately. You tend to work harder when you are doing what you love, which leads to an increase in feelings of success. And when a group of coworkers all are choosing to work hard towards a common goal, and they all come together, instead of just trying to make your deadlines, then the workplace will commonly feel like a much more pleasurable environment, instead of just somewhere that you dread going to every day. On top of that, doing something that you love naturally increases your motivation and creativity, because the work itself feels rewarding. Now, I want everyone here to picture a time when you were completely immersed in something that you enjoyed. Maybe it was playing a sport, creating art, making music, or learning something new. But it was something that you were so excited to start and didn't even realize the amount of effort that you were putting in. I experienced this myself when I was participating in Taekwondo. Every time I was training, I would think only minutes could have passed. But whenever I checked the time, it would be hours later. That is what passion does. When you are driven by genuine interest, rather than just chasing money, your motivation naturally grows. You approach each task with focus and curiosity. Discover creative solutions that you might not have thought of otherwise. Catch details that would often go unnoticed. And when obstacles appear, they feel much less like roadblocks and much more like challenges that you are eager to overcome. Overall, high-paying jobs may give you financial security, but they also lead to burnout, stress, and dissatisfaction. That is why people must pursue a career in something that they are truly passionate about, because it increases your happiness as well as making your work life feel much more fulfilling and pleasurable. On top of that, it also increases your motivation and creativity. Now, I know that my future career as an Air Force officer will come with many of its own challenges. Don't get me wrong. Since it is something that I'm truly passionate about, I know that I will be able to face all those obstacles head on, adapt, and come out stronger and more fulfilled each and every time. We must stop seeking out jobs just because they pay well. Society must shift its mindset and start encouraging people to pursue their dream careers. It is time to stop chasing salaries and start chasing satisfaction. Thank you.
Thank you, Kira. Thank you, Kira. Can we all give it another round of applause for Kira? Our next speaker, one of my own, and I'm so proud of her, Savannah White. Savannah White is a sophomore majoring in elementary education from Mount Vernon, Illinois. Her speech is titled "The Currency of Connection." Please welcome Savannah White.
So Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, and Elon Musk. These three men are what we would all typically call successful, right? These three titans have
money, power, fame, connections,
But is
etc.
that all there is to
But
success?
is that all there is to success?
According to Webster's dictionary,
success can be defined two different ways. The first is, quote, the attainment of wealth, favor, or eminence, which is sort of like a tailored suit to these
The
men.
second definition, however,
is much broader. Someone or something that succeeds.
doesn't really tell you what success
Doesn't really tell you what success is,
I
does
cannot
it?
agree that this is all
I
there is
cannot
to
agree that this is
success.
all there is to
Success to me is
success.
not about
Success to
power,
me
money,
is not
fame.
about power,
It's
money,
about the
fame.
people in your life.
It's about the people
This
in
is
your
what we
life.
call
This is what we call
social
social
And I'm
support.
gonna start to tell you guys that.
And I'm gonna start to tell you guys that I won't lie whenever I tell you I've spent weeks on this speech with sleepless nights from work and grieving a loved one, distracting me from the question of what is success.
This is what led me to
This is
look at
what
my
led me to
family
look at my family more, or the other people in my life who were supporting
and
me at the
realize that
time,
they are what's helped
and
me
realize that they are what's helped me succeed. in
Today,
life.
we're gonna explore
Today, we're gonna explore the three main
what is social
First,
support.
what is social
Second,
support?
family social
Second,
support. And
family
before we're
social
gonna wrap
support.
up
And
talking
before
about
we're gonna
friendship
wrap
support.
up talking about friendship
Let's answer
support.
that first question.
And let's answer that
on
first
what is
question
social
on
support.
what is social support.
Social support is
Social
the-
support is
Social support is basically associated
social
with the
support is
belief
basically
that one
associated with the
can
belief that one can succeed
self-efficacy.
or quote
That's our big word of
self-efficacy.
the day.
That's our big word of the
Verbal
day.
backup from others.
Verbal backup from others, encouraging and believing in an individual
central
can be
aspects
considered
of
central
social support.
aspects of social support.
Bandura, a well-referenced
Bandura,
scientist
a
on
well-referenced
this area,
scientist on
states
this
that
area, states that
one of the
verbal
means of
persuasion,
developing
one of the means of
self-efficacy,
developing
might be an
self-efficacy,
indicator for
might be an
social
indicator for social
Friends,
support.
parents, teachers,
Friends,
really
parents,
anybody in
teachers,
your
really
life who
anybody in
supports
your
and
life
believes
who
in you
supports
are
and
really
believes in you
important in this
are
respect.
really important in this respect.
Additionally, friends also have
Friends also have a positive effect on one's
individual
individual self-efficacy through social
which can be
models,
linked to what
which can be linked to what Bandura calls vicarious experiences.
To see others
To
as
see others as
such as
like
friends,
yourself,
peers, or
such as
others,
friends, peers,
succeed
or
in
others,
mastering difficult
succeed in
tasks.
mastering
They have a
difficult
positive
tasks.
effect on
They have
one's
a positive
self-efficacy.
effect on one's
A
self-efficacy.
BMC public health
A
article
BMC
by
public health article by Pledbong, Steigen, and
These three
Bengroten.
are all
These three are all nursing heads and health scientists in Norway. They study that efficacy is positively associated with social support. Things like verbal backup, examples of that being, you're doing great. Just simple attaboys. Keep at it, you'll get it. This belief and encouragement in another person is
So now
central.
that we know what social
So
support
now that
is,
we know what
let's
social
explore
support
the
is,
two major
let's
types of
explore the
social
two
support.
major types of
Family
social
and friends.
support. Family and friends.
Let's get past it.
Let's do it.
So for me personally,
So
I grew
for
up
me
an hour
personally,
away
I grew up an hour away
Mount
here
Vernon,
from
Denora
Mount
had
Vernon, like Denora had
and
said.
most of my neighbors
And most of my neighbors either were raised with my dad or had
and
cows.
I
I was part of the statistic in 2016-ish of 800,000 people whose parents divorced. And I went through a vicious cycle of switching back and forth all the time where I felt like an object.
I wanted something to do.
And I wanted something to do outside of my
All
house.
it was out was out
But all it was out cows. And I don't know if any of you guys have talked to any cows lately. They are not the greatest conversationalists.
So I spent a lot of
time at my aunt's house. For example,
some of my
this
family.
is some of my
This
family.
slideshow is going to show
This slideshow is going to show a bunch of pictures of the people in my life that I feel have best supported me.
So my aunt ended up
having me listen to 80s disco and 70s music. That's one of my favorite things now. I sew, I do so many different projects, all because of her support in me and teaching me how to do life skills like washing dishes or taking care of myself.
This is really, really
This is
important
really important to me
because she helped me learn important life
skills. And she told me stories of family I would never meet.
Or her adventures across the world through
service in the Air Force, or of all the places she's lived in her life.
Almost
She's
in
lived
every 50 state,
almost in every 50
She's
state, I
an
think.
amazing woman.
She's an amazing woman and she's incredibly
This
inspiring.
influence lives on in my
This
life.
influence lives on in my life as I am now an aunt
He
myself.
is a 2-year-old.
He is a 2-year-old and he's the light of my life. I love him so much and I want to build that same bond I have with my own aunt with him. So that if he ever needs a confidant or just somebody outside of his parents, because we've all needed that. I've needed it, everybody here has needed it. I want to be that person.
Not only did my aunt provide
Not only did my aunt provide my family social support, but so did my 3 older brothers.
This connection to my
oldest and youngest brother has shaped amazingly. They both are really amazing go-getters, and they inspire me to do what I love and never ever stop achieving. They are genuinely some of the smartest men I know. In fact, one of them is going to become a lawyer.
So
smart. Don't know where I got it.
crazy smart. Don't know
They're
where I
great
got
at
it.
picking me up at my lowest.
They're great at picking me up at my lowest and supporting my dumb ideas with even dumber ideas. A study done by the University of Chicago Press Journal supports the idea that family play a big role in any future success we achieve due to the happiness we receive and give back. The research did show that family happiness link comes from shared traits and upbringing, but not just the physical environment.
Family support is not the only
Family support is not the only social support, though, as we also have to give way to friendship as well.
So this is some of my friends, a
little bit of my brothers mixed in there.
but I really can't.
But I really can't leave out these people because they're really important to me, and they go through with me on all my dumb ideas.
There's not enough I can say to speak.
There's not enough I can say to speak about my friends and the time that we have, who are more like
I
family.
once had a friend who comforted me.
I once had a friend who comforted me while I was this close to a panic attack because I was scared of the dark. Or another friend who laughed with me while I was driving through torrential downpours and hail and rain and lightning that terrified me. And I have friends who have stuck with me through the hardest times in my life. They call me out on my behavior, my comments, because these people are shaping me as a person to be better, making me kinder, making me more compassionate, and just making me more human.
They help me understand my identity.
They help me understand my identity as somebody who's bisexual in a family that isn't always accepting or understanding at all
While
times.
my family is
While my family is accepting, that doesn't mean they understand, they relate, they empathize quite like my friends can.
This is backed by both the
This is backed by both the Chicago Press Journal I mentioned and the BNC Public Health
article I had mentioned.
Both of these talk about how social support is a foundation for one's confidence and belief in oneself.
This is not only makes one less
lonely, but happier. It also makes future success more attainable and more realistic. As Adam Abdullah and Bruce Woods, two great scientists in this area, have found that when past success is thought to be through like luck or fate, one feels like they're never going to succeed again. So take a minute and think about a success in your past. Recent, really far, doesn't matter. Was that success on a skill, a trait? Was it something random that happened, or was it something that you did that you know how to do over and over again?
So today we've
explored what social support is, then family support, and wrapped up with friendship support. I succeed today because of the sacrifices every single person who's in this slideshow has made. They have impacted my life in amazing ways that I can't even understand.
I would not be here
without these influences and experiences I've had in my life.
While I may not be as
successful as somebody like Elon Musk, or at least to the average person, I will at least be known by all of these people in my life. He'll mostly be known as a rich man with ideas of the future that he can't always make happen.
Those men I mentioned earlier are all missing a special secret ingredient.
Chemical X,
That
if
key
you will.
ingredient to success.
That key ingredient to success is happiness. While you can be successful and unhappy, like most people say that are boring, are you really that successful if you can't share that joy with
Or
others?
even attribute some
Or even attribute some of that success to someone in your life who shaped you the way you are, or someone who's helped you through the lightest and darkest moments of your life.
Success isn't about power
or money. That's a social construct I'm kind of tired of.
It's built through the
people who support us, and I challenge you all to now reflect on the people around you that have impacted your journey of success. Notebook, journal, piece of paper from the floor, doc.
Just
don't
write
care.
out the ways your
Just write out the ways your friends and family, or anybody in your life for that matter, has influenced you or supported your journey to success. If you find a lack of social support, reach out to those people or try to become more of a social support to them.
I encourage you all
to go on and make this journey again to learn about success. Because all of these people will help you push forward to success.
Thank you so much, Savannah.
Thank you so much, Savannah. I'm so proud of you.
Can we give her another round of applause?
Can we give her another round of applause? She goes, oh my God. Thank you so much. So for our next speaker, we have Myra Anderson.
Myra
Anderson is a freshman majoring in biochemistry from Carterville, Illinois. Her piece is titled "The Feel of Success." Myra, please come up. Ready to
Hello everyone. My name is Myra Anderson.
And before I get started, I'd like to give
get to know you guys a little bit
Raise
better.
your hand if you've
Raise your hand if you've ever struggled with self-esteem.
I know I'm raising my hand.
I know I'm raising my hand, and for those of you that did, you are not alone.
85%
85% of people struggle with their
That
self-esteem.
means most of the people
That means
in this
most
room
of the people in this
felt
room
unworthy
have
of
felt
something.
unworthy
Maybe
of
they
something.
feel like they can't be
Maybe they feel like they
successful,
can't be successful, or they feel like they're
But
a
I'm here
failure.
to share some
But I'm
things
here
that
to
will
share
help
some
you.
things that will help you.
I'm going to explain why we
I'm
struggle.
going to
with
explain why we struggle with success.
What is success?
What is
And how can
success?
we achieve it?
And how can we
Because
achieve
if there
it?
is one thing
Because
I
if
do
there is
know
one
is
thing
that
I do
success
know
is not
is
an
that
action
success
or a
is not
thing,
an action
but
or a thing,
success is a
but
feeling.
success is a feeling.
We struggle with success for
We
many
struggle with
different
success for many
reasons.
different
Maybe it's
reasons.
society's pressure.
Maybe it's society's
For
pressure.
me, it's personal
For me,
expectations
it's
that I
personal
can't fulfill.
expectations that
Like
I can't
I want
fulfill.
to get an A.
Like I
on every
want to
single
get an
exam,
A on
but
every
sometimes
single
I get
exam,
an A.
but sometimes I
Maybe
get a
for
B.
you, it's you
Or maybe for you, it's you feel like you're a failure.
An American motivational speaker.
An American
Zig Ziglar
motivational
once
speaker,
said,
Zig
"Failure
Ziglar,
is a
once said
detour,
that failure is a
not
detour,
a dead end."
not
And
a
there's
dead
so
end.
much truth in that
And there's
statement.
so much truth in that
Science
statement.
even supports that.
Science even
A
supports
study
that.
done by the
A
University
study
of
done
Iowa
by the University of Iowa
showed that when you
showed
make a
that
mistake or
when
an
you
error,
make a mistake or an
brain
error,
actually
your
slows
brain
down your
actually
nervous system.
slows down your
So
nervous
that the next
system,
time you try
so that the next time you try to
you'll be better
accomplish
at
it, you'll
So
be
when
better
you
at
make
it.
mistakes,
So when you make
it's a
mistakes,
route of learning,
it's a route
not
of
the end of
learning,
your journey.
not the end of your journey.
So why would we
So
feel
why
failure
would we
when
feel
we can
failure
success?
when we can feel success?
So I'm claiming that
So I'm
success
claiming
is a
that
feeling, but how am I
success is a
supporting
feeling,
it?
but how am I supporting
We
it?
often
Well,
synonymize the terms
we often
emotions
synonymize the
and
terms
feelings.
emotions
So let's
and
set
feelings.
those straight.
So let's set those straight.
Emotions are
Emotions are a
complex
complex reaction pattern when an individual attempts
deal with a
to
significant
deal with a
matter.
significant matter or
So
event.
think back to
So
maybe when
think
you
back
got to
to
college.
maybe when you got to
What were the
college.
emotions you were
What were the
experiencing?
emotions you were experiencing?
Maybe it was fear because
Maybe
you
it
were
was
far
fear
away from
because
home.
you were far
Or
away
maybe
from
it was
home.
excitement
Or maybe
for
it
the
was
future.
excitement for the
Those are
future.
emotions.
Those are
But
emotions.
psychology today
But psychology
defines
today
feelings
defines
as an
feelings
interpretation or
as an
conscious
interpretation or
awareness of our
conscious
emotions.
awareness of our
Therefore,
emotions.
success
Therefore,
is the
success
interpretation
is the
of the emotions
interpretation
we feel
of the
when we
emotions we
accomplish
feel when we accomplish
So
them.
when you redefine success
So when you
to be a
redefine
feeling,
success
you
to
can
be a
feel
feeling,
success
you can
anywhere.
feel success
For you
anywhere.
guys,
For you
how would
guys,
define success?
how would you define
If I ask
success?
myself that
If
question,
I ask
would
myself
say
that question,
success
I would say
is
that
the feeling of
success
personal
is the
fulfillment
feeling
and
of
emotional
personal
well-being
fulfillment and emotional
when
well-being when
you accomplish a goal,
you
desire, or
accomplish a
dream.
goal, desire, or dream.
So now what are you going to do with it?
So now what are you
Well,
going to do
first,
with this?
define your
Well,
goals.
first,
When
define
you
your
define your
goals.
goals, this
When you
doesn't
define
have
your
to be
goals,
the
this
end-all
doesn't
be-all.
have to
You
be
don't
the
have to
end-all
get to the
be-all. You
end
don't have to
feel
get to the
successful.
end to feel
But
successful.
when you have a
But
guide, it will
when you
help
have a guide, it will help you along the way.
Dr. Halverson,
Dr.
How to
Halverson's
Succeed
book, How to
suggests
Succeed,
mental contrasting
suggests
as a
mental
technique to
contrasting as a
define
technique
your
to
goals.
define
So
your
mental
goals.
contrasting is
So
when you
mental
think of the
contrasting is when you think of the positive outcomes of
but then also
completing your
thinking
goal,
about the
but
challenges.
then also thinking about
So
the
for me,
challenges.
I want to
So
be a
for
physician
me,
assistant.
I want to be a physician assistant.
And I can think
And
of the
I can think of
being
the
able to
excitement of
treat
being
a
able
patient.
to
I
treat a
can think of the
patient.
fulfillment
I
of
can
being
think
in
of
my
the
lifetime
fulfillment of
career.
being in my
And
lifetime
just the
career.
gratitude
And
of
just
being
the
able to
gratitude of
access
being able to
healthcare.
increase access to
But on the
healthcare.
flip side of that, I
But
have
on
to
the
think
flip
about
side
the
of that,
challenges
I
of
have to
things.
think about the
First,
challenges
I
of
have to
things.
get my degree.
First, I have to get
Then
my
I have to
degree.
apply to these
Then I
schools
have
that
to
are
apply
really
to these
competitive
schools that
and
are
hope
really
that I can get
competitive
in.
and hope
And
that I
even
can get
then,
in.
once I get
And
in,
even
I
then,
have to
once I get
complete
in,
the
I have to
program
complete
and
the
pass the
program
certification
and
exam.
pass the certification
But to
exam.
me,
But
those
to
benefits
me,
outweigh the
those
cost.
benefits
So
outweigh
that's
the
my goal.
cost. So that's my goal.
And when you make your goal,
And when you make your
break
goal,
it into steps.
break
Like
it
I
into
said,
steps.
I have to
Like I
get a
said,
degree,
I have to
get into
get a
school,
degree,
do
get into
school,
school,
and
do
get my
school,
certification.
and get
So
my
that just makes
certification.
it easier for
So
you
that
to
just makes it easier for
make
you to
marks along the way.
make marks along the
Next
way.
is identify
Next
your
is
emotions.
identify your
Whenever you
emotions.
achieve something,
Whenever you
even if it's
achieve
as small
something,
as
even if
completing
it's
an
as small
assignment,
as completing
how
an
do you
assignment,
feel?
how
What
do
are
you
your emotions?
feel? What are your
Maybe
emotions?
it's relief because
Maybe
you
it's
just
relief
got done with
because
the
you
assignment.
just got done
Maybe
with the
it's happiness
assignment.
because you
Maybe
were
it's
able to
happiness
complete it.
because you
But
were able to
whatever that
complete
is,
it.
identify
But whatever that is,
And then
identify
lastly,
that.
feel
And then
success.
lastly,
You
feel
have to
success.
interpret those
You have to
emotions
interpret
as
those
success.
emotions
And
as
once you do
success.
that, you can
And
feel
once you do
success
that, you can feel
anywhere.
success anywhere.
So I've showed you all.
So
that
I've showed
we do
you
not
all
have to let
that we
society
do not have to let
or fear
society
stop us
or
from
fear
feeling
stop
successful.
us from feeling
And
successful.
if you need another
And if you
story
need
to give you
another story
picture of
to give you
what
another
this all
picture
means.
of what this all means,
Recently, in one of my chemistry
recently in one of my
classes,
chemistry history classes, I got into class and sat down, and the professor looked at us and said, I want a volunteer to come up and answer a question on the board. And he's never done this before. And I don't know why, but I felt compelled to stand up. So I got up and I start working this problem on the board. And as I'm doing it, I'm nervous, you know, but I'm finishing it. And as soon as I'm done, I turn around with anticipation and I face the class. And all I see are blank faces and even people shaking their heads.
Did I get that question right?
I did not get it right.
I did not get it right.
I was incorrect.
That just shows you.
But that just shows you
whenever I was able
to go sit down
and think about what had happened.
I felt relief because I had finished
it. I sat down.
I was done. I felt excitement because I pushed myself out of my comfort zone to get up there and to do the problem. And I took a risk, and there were no repercussions to it. So that just shows you that even in what society calls failure, you can feel success.
So I challenge you all today.
To make your goals. To plan your plans.
To identify the emotions
you feel along the way and feel the success. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Myra.
Thank you so much, Myra.
Can we all give another
round of applause for Myra? I want her to feel her success.
Thank you so much again.
Thank you so much
Our
again. Our fourth speaker tonight is Lillian Messina, a sophomore majoring in microbiology from Springfield, Illinois. Her speech is titled "The Power of Intrinsic Motivation and Passion in Pursuing Success." Please welcome Lillian.
If you are working on something that you really care about, you don't have to push. The vision holds you. That's a quote from Steve Jobs.
Most of us can
who I think most of us can pretty much accept as a model of success. Steve Jobs exemplifies success. Apple is now worth trillions of dollars, and the name is synonymous with technology. And I think his words are important. Because yes, the vision will hold you. It's your motivation, your passion that will continue to drive you towards success. My name is Lillian Messina. And today we'll be discussing how intrinsic motivation and individual passion act as greater incentives of long-term success and extrinsic validation and reward.
We'll discuss a little bit
of how intrinsic motivation,
a goal content theory,
shows some more theories on how what you are aspiring for is pushed for. And we'll discuss why ignoring your dreams has negative side effects.
Now, why should you trust me today?
I've spent a lot of my life thinking about my success. I've struggled with it for a very, very long time. And that has driven me to do research on this subject for weeks. And so I feel that I'm a reliable source today to tell you all the reasons why you continue to pursue your passion.
Before we can get to any of that,
we need to cover some definitions.
So, the first definition you'll
see here is success. This is from Merriam-Webster, and it's the attainment of a set goal. The rest of these definitions all come from the American Psychological Association, which doesn't have a date, but we're using their dictionary for that. First is passion, a strong inclination toward a self-defining activity that one likes, finds important, and invests both time and energy.
Intrinsic motivation.
Incentive to engage for internal satisfaction and pleasure.
This is things such as your
own fulfillment.
Finally, extrinsic
motivation. Incentive to engage to attain external reward.
This is money and status.
So
first we're going to cover the
ability of intrinsic motivation and passion to push people.
A study titled The
Influence of Extrinsic and Intrinsic Motivation on People's Academic Performance in mathematics by Nanya Adama, Akora Utma, and Yuki Chukwama says, students who are intrinsically motivated persist longer, conquer more challenges, and demonstrate accomplishments greater in their academic endeavors than those who are extrinsically motivated.
Think about it like this. Let's give it a
Think
real
about it
world
like this. Let's give it a real world
A student
example.
who enjoys
A
mathematics
student who enjoys mathematics is going to go out and do the practice
They're going to
problems.
want to work
They're going to want to work harder. They're going to go to their teachers extra credit hours or to office hours to ask
And because
questions.
of that,
Because of that, they're going to learn more. They are going to achieve more.
higher
Ultimately,
academic ethics,
higher academic
personal
ethics,
opinions
your
of
personal opinions of
drive
academics
higher
drive
academic
higher academic attainment.
Next, goal content.
Next, goal
This is part
content.
of a larger macro
This is part of a larger
theory
macro
called
theory called
coined by
self-determination,
Richard Ryan.
coined by Richard Ryan and Edward Deci.
There are two central parts.
There are two central parts of goal content theory.
Intrinsic
First,
aspirations.
if intrinsic aspirations outweigh extrinsic
They have found
aspirations,
there is increased
they have found there is increased anxiety, depression, and narcissism,
decreased vitality,
as well as decreased vitality and
This is
self-actualization.
found in further
This is found in further examining the American dream, differential correlates of intrinsic and extrinsic goals in 1996 by Tim Kaiser and Richard
I
Ryan.
know 1996 is a bit
I know
of a
1996 is a bit of an older date when we
However,
cited
in the
research.
2010s,
However,
they
in
did
the
a macro
2010s, they did a macro
analysis
analysis of this,
reaffirms their
which
statement.
reaffirms their statement.
Second, if
Second,
someone is
if
pushing towards
someone is
extrinsic
pushing
life
towards
goals,
extrinsic
they will
life
experience
goals,
poor
they will
performance
experience
because
poor
it's not
performance
driven
because
by
it's not
base
driven by
self-actualization.
base self-actualization.
We're all inherently
We're
driven
all
towards
inherently driven
self-actualization.
towards
And because
self-actualization.
of this,
And
if
because
you
of
are going
this,
outside of something
if
that
you are
you
going
not
outside of something that you are not
that
personally
you don't
driven
want to go after,
that you do not want to go after because it's not important to you,
ultimately, you will not perform as well.
ultimately, you will not
because you do
perform as
have
well
that internal
because you do
drive.
not have that internal
This is
drive.
found in motivating
This is
learning,
found in
performance,
motivating
and
learning, performance,
the
and
synergetic
persistence.
effects of
The synergetic effects of intrinsic goal autonomy
by
supported
Martin
context
Van
by
Keen
Martin
in
Van Keen in his research team in 2004.
biggest counter
One of
arguments.
the biggest counter arguments,
Before we get to the counter
but
argument,
before we get to the counter argument first,
very
skip over a very important part is the
I want to
cost.
discuss this.
I want to discuss this because this is very
Keith
important.
Wheeler in 2024.
Keith Wheeler in
his LinkedIn
2024 in his
the
LinkedIn
emotional
article,
cost of
The
ignoring
Emotional
your
Cost of Ignoring Your
identifies a
Dreams,
few symptoms
identifies a few symptoms of people who go against their intrinsic
He
motivation.
found that people experience
He found that people
cognitive
experience cognitive
Burnout,
dissonance,
chronic stress,
burnout,
and a very
chronic
specific
stress,
phenomenon
and a very specific
known
phenomenon
as empty victory.
known as empty
High
victory.
achievers who are going
High
after
achievers who are going after external rewards do not feel fulfillment or
satisfaction.
satisfaction with what they've done.
But compared to high
But
achievers,
compared to high achievers
over
who have
things that they
gone
want to do,
over things that
they
they
have
want to
pursued
do,
those things.
that have pursued
They
those things,
do
they
experience
do
satisfaction.
experience satisfaction
They feel the
fulfillment.
feeling of
They
success.
feel the feeling of success.
Now let's get to the counter argument.
Now let's get to the counter argument.
One of the arguments I hear all the time.
One of the
about
arguments
this
I hear
is
all
that
the
we are
time about
using
this is
extrinsic
that we are
motivation,
using extrinsic motivation
and it works very well in teaching.
and it works very well in teaching
God
context.
forbid, I remember when I
God forbid, I remember when I was in elementary school and they had the color chart. Oh my gosh, the feeling that we had when we went down from green to yellow, or God forbid red during the day.
But
We're not arguing to completely remove extrinsic
a quote in
motivation.
the article.
A quote in the article, interplay of intrinsic and extrinsic motivation in academic achievement, comprehensive
By
review,
Naranga Bandana and
by Naranga Bandana and Levine Kawaje in 2025 says,
Extrinsic
extrinsic motivation can complement intrinsic drives
appropriately.
in well designed and appropriately.
However, and this is an important
However, and this is an important however,
reliance on external
reliance on external rewards might undermine
intrinsic
intrinsic interest and creativity.
because intrinsic interest
Because intrinsic
sustains
interest
learning.
sustains
Is
learning.
academically
It is
engaged.
academically
Pushing
engaging.
against that
Pushing against that
pushes people
ultimately pushes
from
people
continuing
away
to do things
from
for their own
continuing to
success,
do
for their
things
own
for their own
fulfillment.
success, for their own fulfillment.
I want to touch a little bit on my story.
I want to touch a little bit on my story before we get to our conclusion.
I've struggled a lot with my
I've
passion.
struggled a lot with my
I was
passion
a
throughout life.
gifted
I was a
student.
gifted student
And
when I was very young. And
stats
there's always a sense
by
of
the
stats
highest test
by the highest
being
test
proved that
grade,
you're the
being
smartest
proved that
in
you're
your
the smartest in your
And
class.
I really carried that with me.
And I really carried that with me for a very long
And I
time.
did do very well.
And I
got
did
to
do very
college,
well. And I got to
And then suddenly
college.
there was this feeling.
And then suddenly there was this feeling deep in my
I
gut.
wasn't doing as well.
I wasn't doing as well. I was dreading everything I did. I could not push myself any further.
So I took a step back.
So I took a
I
step
thought to
back.
myself, what are my passions?
I thought to myself, what are my
I
passions?
pursued those things.
I pursued those
I
things.
write a lot now.
I write a lot now.
I'm here today
I
because I wrote
am
this
here
speech
today
and
because I wrote this
worked on
speech
it.
and practiced it and worked
Me and
on
my
it.
best friend worked on
Me and my
film
best friend
project
worked on a
last
film
semester.
project
That
last semester.
we won.
That was,
It was so
we
important
won.
to me.
It was so important to me. It was so
Because it
gratifying
felt
for
like I
me.
had proved
Because it felt like I had proved something. something for myself.
I felt a feeling of success.
I felt a feeling of success there.
I didn't feel the other.
I didn't feel the other kinds.
So, we originally talked about
your vision.
Your
Yes,
vision.
your vision is going to
Your vision is going to
pull you towards the future. It will pull you towards success. This is your dream, your passion, your goals.
motivated towards those things.
You're motivated
They're
towards
important
those
to you.
things. They're important to you.
We talked about goal content.
We talked about
We
those
talked
kinds
about
of
how
things.
these
We
things
talked
push you
about how
towards
these things
success.
push you
We talked
towards
about the
success.
cost of
We talked about the cost of ignoring your dreams.
Because ultimately,
Because ultimately, individual passion and intrinsic motivation are greater incentives of long-term success
and extrinsic
than
validation.
extrinsic validation and
So what am I calling you all to do?
So what am I calling you all to do? I'm giving you a lot of information
What am I asking
today.
you to do with this?
What am I asking you to do with this?
Give time to think about what
Give time to think about what your passions are.
Go and invest your
Go
time
and invest your
Find
time
clubs,
in them.
find
Find
books,
clubs,
read
find books,
more,
read
spend
more,
time.
spend
Maybe
time. Maybe it won't be a hobby. Maybe it'll just be a hobby.
But that's still a hobby of this.
But that's still a hobby of this successful.
You can transform your
You
future.
can transform your
You can
future.
do these things.
You can
But
do
you
these
have to
things.
let the
But you
vision
have to let the vision pull you
and that vision
forward.
is yours.
And that vision is yours. No
Thank
one
you for
else.
that.
Thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Lillian Messina. It's so great. Can we give her another round of applause?
Thank you. For our fifth
Thank
and
you.
final
For our
speaker
fifth
tonight,
and
we
final
have
speaker tonight, we have Sabrina Jordan. Sabrina Jordan is a sophomore majoring in elementary education from Chicago. This speech is somewhat of a milestone for the Speakers Forum, as it is our first poetry piece ever to be presented in the final round. Her speech is titled The Mask We Call Success. Please welcome Sabrina.
That you have to hold your feelings so tightly that it starts to feel like you are wearing them. This inspired me to write a poem based on my favorite poem, We Were the Man by W.E.B. Du Bois.
We were the man,
We were the man, not
to hide the pain,
to hide the pain, but to
survive
expectation.
a smile
A
stitched across our
smile
face,
stitched across our face,
polished,
perfect,
so the
filtered,
world never sees
so the world never
questions
sees
behind
the
our eyes.
questions behind our eyes.
Because success
Looks
good on the outside.
looks good on the
It
outside.
sounds like
It sounds
I'm
like
doing great.
I'm doing
I
great.
got it all figured out.
I got it all figured
I'm
out.
on track,
I'm on track,
but
but
we repeat those words
we
so
repeat
much,
those words so
we
much,
start to believe them.
we start to believe them.
But what happens
But
when
what
the track
happens
changes?
when the track changes?
What happens when the
What
plan
happens
you
when the
built your
plan
life
you
on
built your life
doesn't
on
match who you are
doesn't match
becoming?
who you are becoming?
Do you panic?
Do you
Do you
panic?
pretend?
Do you
Because
pretend?
pretending
Because
is
pretending
easier.
is easier.
Pretending
Pretending
keeps
keeps people comfortable.
Pretending
Pretending
lets you stay
that
the
person
already
that
understands.
everyone already understands.
I remember
standing
at this moment,
holding
on to a dream
holding
that
on to a
didn't feel like
dream
mine anymore.
that didn't feel like mine anymore.
And the
And
hardest part
wasn't letting it go,
but allowing
but
myself to know
allowing
that I wasn't
myself
ready
to
for
know
it.
that I wasn't ready for it.
Admitting that it wasn't for
Admitting
me.
that it wasn't for me.
Nursing.
Nursing.
A goal I once
A
held
goal
proudly.
I once held
A
proudly.
future
A
I thought
future
defined me.
I thought
A
defined me.
title
A title
respected.
people
A
respected.
path that made
A path
sense.
that made sense.
But it made me
But
scared
it made me
because
scared.
if I let this dream go,
If I let this dream
then who
go,
am I?
then who am I?
If I change
If
direction,
I change
will people
direction,
still see me the
will
same?
people still see me the same?
Or will they
Or
see me as someone
will they see me as
failed,
someone who failed,
who quit
who quit
until I realized
success
success shouldn't feel like
success
suffocation?
shouldn't feel like suffocation?
Because
Because
the way
success,
we were taught,
the way we were taught,
doesn't leave room for doubt.
doesn't leave room for
It
doubt.
doesn't leave room
It
for
doesn't
change.
leave room for
It
change.
tells us
It
keep
tells us
going.
keep going.
Don't fall
Don't
back.
fall back.
Don't stop.
Don't stop.
And
And
in that change,
I felt a weight
of
of invisible eyes
watching,
watching,
comparing.
comparing.
Why are you behind?
Why are you behind?
You are lost.
You are lost.
You're not doing it right.
You're not doing it right.
Those voices
Those
get
voices
so loud
get so
that they
loud
start to sound like your
that
own.
they start to sound like your
So
own.
I wore that.
So I wore that.
I smiled when I
I
was
smiled when I was uncertain.
I spoke with
I
confidence,
spoke with
even when I
confidence,
was questioning
even when I was
everything.
questioning everything.
Because success
Success
is taught to be speed.
is taught to be
Who
speed.
finished first?
Who finished first?
Who never stumbled?
Who never
Who
stumbled?
never has
Who
to start
never
over?
has to start over?
But starting over,
But starting over,
that takes courage.
that takes courage.
Choosing yourself
Choosing
takes
yourself
strength.
takes
And being
strength.
honest,
And being
that
honest,
takes everything.
that takes everything.
But what if that's not success?
What if that's not success?
What if success
What
is
if
softer than
success
that?
is softer
What
than
if
that?
success is
What if
choosing
success
yourself
is
even
choosing
when it's
yourself
hard?
even when it's hard?
What if it sounds like
What if it sounds like
I'm figuring it out
I'm figuring it
and
out
being okay with that?
and being okay with that?
What if success
What if success
is not the math,
is not mad,
but the moment you
but
take
the
it off?
moment you take it off?
Because behind the
Because
mask
behind the
is
mask
honesty.
is honesty.
Behind the mask
Behind
is
the
growth.
mask is
And
growth.
behind the mask
And behind the
is
mask
peace.
is peace.
And peace,
And peace,
that is something
that
no
is
title
something
can give you.
no title can give you.
No timeline can
No
rush.
timeline can
No
rush.
expectations
No
can define.
expectations can define.
And maybe,
And maybe,
just maybe,
just maybe,
that is where happiness begins.
that is where happiness begins.
So today,
So
I'm
today,
standing here,
I'm standing
not in
here,
perfection,
not in perfection,
not under pressure,
not
and
under
not in
pressure,
pretending,
and not in
but in
pretending,
becoming.
but in becoming.
Not someone who has it
Not
all
someone
figured out.
who has it all figured out.
Because success
Because
is not
success
proving
is
something
not
to
proving
everyone
something
else.
to everyone else.
It's being true to
It's
yourself.
being true to yourself.
And I refuse
And I
to keep
refuse
smiling
to keep
if I know
smiling
it's not
if
real.
I know it's not
I
real.
refuse to
I
chase a
refuse
version
to
of
chase
myself
a version of
that's gonna cost
myself
me my
that's going to
peace.
cost me my peace.
And for the first
And
time,
for the first time,
redefining success
redefining
felt like
success felt like
happiness.
happiness.
I refuse
I
to
refuse
be
to
behind
be
a mask.
behind a mask.
We wear the mask.
We wear the mask.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Round of applause for-
Can we get another round of applause for Sabrina? Thank you to all of our speakers tonight. Can we get a round of applause for everyone? Thank you to all of our speakers for such powerful
At this
presentations.
time, I would like to
At this time, I would like to invite our 5 finalists to come up, and we're going to answer a quick question and answer session.
If y'all have a question,
regarding any of the topics or the process, please raise your hand and I'll call on you, and I will bring you a mic, and you may direct a question to any person in the group. Yes, coming over there.
I just wanted to say thank you to all of you. I really enjoyed all your speeches. And my question has to do with your peers that you're in college with right now, people of your generation. As professors, we often see in popular culture, there is a feeling right now that college doesn't pay off, that college isn't worth it because a lot of degrees are not. lot of degrees are not making enough money in some people's minds justify the cost that was put into it. That seems really at odds with a lot of your message that encourages us to follow our passions, even if a lot of money is not going to come out of the career. So I'm curious, since that's kind of a somewhat shared thing to follow your passion across the speeches, how you think your peers feel about this message. Do you see your peers similarly trying to follow their dreams to find their happiness, or do you see them more following this more mainstream opinion that they need to follow the money in a particular career to find their happiness?
I feel like it really depends who you talk to.
There is a lot of resistance to following your passion. That is something I've really noticed as I've gone to talk to other people about, hey, I want to go out and change what I'm doing. I want to go and explore something new. There's a lot of resistance even with that situation to going after. There is a percentage who are outspoken and are trying to make changes so that we will go after our passions. But I've noticed that there is a discrepancy there. There's a break there. There's one group that is saying, hey, we continue to invest the money, we continue to go after what's mainstream. And there's other people who take it a little bit differently, I think.
I would just say that personally, as a very intrinsically motivated person, that I'm surrounded by a lot of people that do want to follow their passions. I know that recently I had a friend come to me and say, hey, like I know that I was in a science major and we were having classes together, but I don't want to do that anymore. I want to follow nutrition. So she changed her major. But I do see it as well that there are other people who are chasing. I know that I have a large community of people who do want to follow their passions.
Do we have anyone else on the panel who wants to answer? Do we have any other questions? Yes, come on right over. Let's hope it stays on this time.
What was each of your processes like with the research and building your speech and kind of finding what you were gonna talk about?
I'll start first. Okay.
So for me, it took a lot of time to think about what I wanted to say, what I had to say. I had to reflect a lot about like my own opinions on what success is. But then after that, I just started looking stuff up. I was looking for journal articles. I was looking for just psychology websites that had anything to say. This was definitely more than one night kind of process. I spent several weeks trying to prepare this and so that I could share what my message was.
For me, mine was a bit of a struggle at first because, as I mentioned in my speech, I was doing it a lot of the time, and it was hard to figure out what is success among all of that. And Janora's help, she helped me sit down and reorganize my brain, get it back into working shape, to figure out what does success mean to me, and then I worked from there to find research that proved what I thought of success, and saw what I needed, what I didn't need, just sort of filtered through it, and then spent a couple days writing it, and then felt like I needed to throw it away, and then did great.
At the time when I first heard about the forum, I was already struggling with a lot of what I viewed as success. And I really wanted to use this opportunity as a chance to reflect upon that. That was my thought process. I was already struggling a lot with my passions and my motivation. So I started doing the research. I looked into psychology, I looked into sociology. I used a lot of the library's resources here, and I was so endlessly grateful for that. Eventually, I wrote a first draft. I kept going through it over and over and over again. It was a very long process. But I was carried through because it was important to my own struggles. And it was almost like a diary of sorts, of conveying what was so important to me to other people.
For me, I spent quite a bit of time staring at the different prompts that we were given. What could success mean to you? I was like, I don't have any idea where to even begin. But when I finally got set on the topic that I chose, I just dove into research. I feel like facts and statistics are very important. And so I just found tons of different websites and tons of different resources that I could pull statistics from, and then I was able to work how I view success around those, and then I just was able to build it from there.
For me, it's a time
to look deeply into myself because my poem was based on my experience. Because I feel like I did go through a lot when it comes to me trying to find success and not knowing the path that I wanted to go to.
Any other questions? Yeah, please.
Okay, so this is a question just specifically for Savannah, as her best friend who was featured in her presentation. Did you actually talk to the cows, man? I'm just wondering, I'm a little concerned. I mean, you have my number. You just called me. You just called me, dude. Yeah, then again, I would not have been surprised if she actually did talk to the cows. Yeah, this was the era of before you, probably before I was like or like 6, I can't remember quite well. That would have been the cow talking time. Okay. You see, we're best friends for life. We could have found a way around that. It's fine. I don't know you. For time, it's that easy, dude.
Any other questions, please? Thank you so much.
Yes, please, ma'am.
It's okay, I can project. Oh,
it's okay, I can project. Oh, it's on. Okay, cool. Okay, so this is my favorite question to ask. It is extremely obvious you guys all spent a lot of time on these speeches. They were absolutely beautiful and excellent. The amount of times you guys all said research was like incredible.
It's so cool to see like other people that like research as much as I do. With you guys having all put in so much time and effort to these speeches, my question is, do you see yourself kind of immediately going and keeping on researching with success and intrinsic motivation and passion, or are you a little sick of it for a second and need a break?
I would say that personally, with all of the things that go on, all of the work that I do, I'm a little burnt out on it, but I will take my time to regroup, but I'm certainly not going to lose the message. For me personally, feeling success. I struggle a lot. Because I struggle a lot. I've gotten into college with the idea that I have to get it right to be successful, and that's not true at all. So I will definitely be keeping this with me and trying to continue to implement it in my life. For me, it is kind of easy to kind of carry the message the same way she did because it's about the people around me. But I might go back into more research. I'm a little bit burned out. I know that this can also still be helpful for my future career in education, so that I can show students what success is, what it looks like, the different greatness that there is to success, so they can understand it for themselves better. And I like to take stuff like this as opportunities to teach myself and learn more. I am definitely a lifelong learner. I love to learn new things, so this is just one of the many ways I love just researching something random that I wanted to know about and just expanding upon it and learning more and becoming.
I will definitely carry the message.
of this throughout time. It's a struggle to carry the message with you sometimes because you're trying to push against everything you know a lot of that time.
As for research on success,
I'll continue to read books, but I'm always a person who jumps between.
Currently on vampires, I
love anything I can think about, anything that I can find good literature about, good research. That's important to me. Maybe not success for a little bit. I spent so many weeknights reading articles, but I definitely will continue to carry the spirit of research with me and be the message that I've conveyed today.
I found all of the research that I did for this very fascinating, and I might not necessarily go and be looking up a ton of new research articles that are diving even deeper into what success is, but I think success is all around you in the world. So you can keep learning and growing in what you believe is success by just looking around. Even though I'm not diving into more studies, I'll see it around me.
I'm not gonna do a lot of research on success because I really do feel like success is something that you go on with your life with. So I feel like as I move on with my life, I'm going to learn more about success through personal experiences and things that I go through.
And that will conclude
our Q&A session. Thank you so much to our speakers tonight, to our 5 finalists.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you all for coming to support these incredible students.
Before you head out, I have two quick reminders. First, for all CMST 101 students in the audience, please stop by the extra credit table. Your instructors will want to know that you were here, guys. Get those points, please. It will be in the rotunda. Just make sure that you sign it. Second, we have refreshments waiting for everyone in the rotunda. Please stay, eat, celebrate, have fun with the speakers. Maybe you can ask a personal question if they are so willing. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you very much. Thank you for being a part of this semester's Speaker Forum.
You guys are all successful. Congratulations. I don't want to get a picture of all of you when you guys are out there. Thank you.
You know I had a legal obligation. Don't
let that maniac have fun.
Yes, of course.
You want me to stop?
Get out of
Let me.
Thank you so